In a magical forest deep within the heart of the mountains, there lived an owl named Oliver. Oliver wasn't like the other owls in his family. While his siblings loved to soar high in the sky and hoot proudly, Oliver was more reserved. He preferred to stay perched on his favorite tree, watching the world below, filled with wonder. Oliver had a gift. He could see things that no one else could. Every time he blinked, his eyes would sparkle with a soft, golden glow, and he could see the tiniest details: the veins in the leaves, the flutter of a moth's wings, and the colors of the stars hidden behind the clouds. But there was one thing Oliver could never understand. Why did the world seem so different to him than to the other creatures of the forest? He longed for answers, but no one could explain it. The elder owls spoke of the great wisdom of the forest, but they never seemed to understand Oliver's special sight. His family said that he was simply gifted with sharp eyes, but Oliver knew that there was something more to it. Deep in his heart, he felt that he was meant for something greater. One crisp autumn evening, as the moon rose high and the stars twinkled like diamonds, Oliver sat on his tree, gazing at the vast forest spread below him. He had a sense that something was coming. The wind whispered through the branches, and the shadows seemed to dance in the light of the moon. Suddenly, a soft voice called out from the darkness, "Oliver, you are needed." Oliver blinked in surprise. He looked around, but no one was there. The voice seemed to come from the very air around him. Then, through the misty fog, appeared a figure, an old wise tortoise named Terence. Terence was known as the keeper of secrets in the forest, a creature who had lived for many centuries and knew the history of every stone, tree, and river in the land. "Terence?" Oliver asked, his feathers ruffling. "Is it really you?" Terence nodded slowly. "Yes, young owl. I have come because you are the only one who can help save the forest." Oliver's heart skipped a beat. "Save the forest? What do you mean?" Terence sighed deeply, his eyes heavy with the weight of many years. "The magic that protects the forest is fading. A great darkness is spreading across the land, creeping into the trees and the rivers. If we do not find the heart of the forest before the next full moon, the darkness will consume everything. It will turn the vibrant colors of the leaves to ash, the rivers to dust, and the creatures will lose their way forever." Oliver's feathers shivered with a mixture of fear and curiosity. "But how can I help? I'm just an owl." Terence's eyes twinkled with ancient wisdom. "That is where your special gift comes in, Oliver. The heart of the forest is hidden, and only one with the ability to see beyond the ordinary world can find it. You must embark on a journey to the Forgotten Grove, where the heart lies. But beware, the path is not easy. You will face many challenges along the way, and only your heart can guide you." Oliver nodded, feeling the weight of the task ahead. "I will do it," he said, his voice firm with determination. Terence smiled kindly. "I knew you would, Oliver. Take this with you." The old tortoise reached into his shell and pulled out a small, glowing crystal. "This crystal will light your way in the darkest of times. It is a gift from the forest itself, a symbol of hope. Keep it close, and it will guide you." With that, Terence faded into the mist, leaving Oliver alone under the moonlight. The owl took a deep breath, his heart racing with a mix of excitement and fear. He knew that the journey ahead would be long and dangerous, but there was no turning back. The forest needed him. The journey begins. The next morning, Oliver set off on his journey. He flew high above the trees, feeling the wind rush past his wings. The forest below was vast and beautiful, but there was an eerie quietness in the air. The animals, usually lively and cheerful, seemed to sense the approaching darkness and stayed hidden in their homes. Oliver flew through thick forests, over sparkling streams, and across wide open meadows. He followed the directions Terence had given him, through the ancient oak trees, past the silver waterfalls, and into the heart of the whispering pines. Each step of the journey was filled with new sights and sounds, and Oliver's heart grew heavier as he ventured deeper into the forest. One night, as the moon rose high, Oliver found himself in a dense, foggy valley. The air was thick with mist, and the shadows seemed to move on their own. He looked around, but nothing seemed familiar. His wings felt tired, and the weight of the journey pressed down on him. Suddenly, a low growl echoed through the fog. Oliver froze. From the shadows, a pair of glowing eyes appeared, followed by the sound of heavy footsteps. "Who dares enter my domain?" a deep voice rumbled. Out of the mist emerged a massive wolf, its fur as blue